Okay, so today we are going to review in this video how to use a two-step etch and rinse system bonding agent when we are trying to bond to dentin. So for armamentarium to be prepared, you have, for the purpose of this video, we have a specimen sample here of dentin. You're gonna have to have your phosphoric acid etchant in place, a few micro brushes. I recommend being ready with 3 or 4, as you may need a few. During your bonding sequence, you need your air water syringe, and then you will need your curing light. Of course, this is the bonding agent we are using, Optibond Solo Plus, which again is an ethanol-based adhesive and is a two-step etch and rinse. What that means is that it's applied in 2 steps. So the first step is the phosphoric acid etchant, then you're going to rinse that, and then as a second step, what's inside this package, as we know, because we use this in the clinic, is this little compule, which contains both the primer and the adhesive. In this specific specimen, we have enamel out here, and then we have the dentin inside. Okay, so in clinic, when you are bonding, typically it's recommended, because etching to dentin is a lot more problematic or sensitive to appropriate timings, we recommend that you begin your etching with the enamel tissue, and then you're going to proceed to the dentin tissue. It is always important to be prepared, understanding the principles, knowing first for how long you are going to etch. The recommended time is no more than 15 seconds in the dentin. That's why we recommend starting with enamel, and since the minute you begin touching the dentinal tissue, you begin counting your 15 seconds. Another thing that is important to remember is that you never want to go more than this 15-second etching time in the dentin, because of the patterns of demineralization that you are going to achieve. When you etch for 15 seconds, you remove mineral in about a layer of 5 to 8 micron. What happens is, if you end up leaving the etchant for longer, what that's going to do is remove mineral to a deeper extent. In other words, that layer of 5 to 8 micron is gonna be deeper, and then what happens is that adhesion later on is compromised, because the resin, the adhesive resin, cannot penetrate as deep as the extent to which you remove the mineral. So that becomes a problem. That's why it's critical to remain to the 15-second time mark. Another thing that is important is to use active brushing. The reason is because once I begin applying with this very thin tip of the etching syringe, the blue gel, I lose track of where in this surface is that etching gel touching the tissue. So let's begin. I'm going with my enamel, and then right away I start counting my 15 seconds. I'm already counting, and this is what I mean by active scrubbing off the surface, so that I ensure that every bit of that dentinal tissue is being touched by the gel. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and remove this. I have a little glass, and we're going to begin removing the etchant after the 15-second mark. It is critical that you rinse for about 5 seconds with active water rinsing. Okay, the etchant gets displaced right away, but it's important that you keep rinsing after all that blue gel has been removed, so that you ensure that microscopic areas of gel have all been removed.